everyone. Today we are doing an alien Halloween makeup tutorial, so let's get into it. I am starting with a powder blue shadow in my crease. This entire look was done with the Glam Light Blue Raspberry Icy palette. If you're looking for one, I did find it at TJ Maxx. So if you guys will want to use these exact colors, that's what I'm using today. But my powder blue is just my transition color, so I just did that from brow bone to crease. And then to darken up the crease, I took the color Blue Raspberry and just darkened it up a little bit. I didn't want to go too dark, bringing it up, so I didn't blend it too high. With this alien look, I just felt like silvers and blues are really spacey to me. Like that kind of like chrome look always gives me like xenon vibes. So that's kind of what I went with today. It's more of like a fun kind of, it's really going to depend on your costume how alien it is. But you can use this look for a couple different alien looks if you want. So I am just blending out that blue because if you work with blues a lot, they tend to be a little chalky and are sometimes hard to blend. So that is why I kind of pulled my eyelid out. I don't do this often. It doesn't damage the skin around your eyes unless you're doing this like every single day. So just be careful, don't pull too hard. People use that facelift tape all the time. It does the same thing. So for the lids, I am using this kind of medium frosty blue color. I don't remember the name of it, but it's one of like the foiled shadows in the palette, and just packing this on my lid. On the inner corner, I'm just applying a little bit of glitter glue and then throwing on some really fine silver glitter. For the liner, I wanted to stay away from black because I feel like it makes it too human looking and kind of takes away from the rest of the look. So I decided to use this light blue color. This is one of my ones I got on Temu. I'll link the video if you guys want to see my review because I've been loving these liners and using them a ton. But this is like the baby blue one. It's very like milky. And then I used the pink one as well on the inner half of the lid just to give it a little more like funky pop of color so it wasn't so monochromatic. So we're just going in with some mascara. I'm using Lash Paradise as always. This is my go-to mascara. It's never done me wrong. It does seem like they changed the brush though. Let me know if they did. It just seems more like angled. But then I went in really heavy with this blue pencil liner in my lower lash line. This is to keep that pink from poking through when I paint my face and do the base and everything. I want to remove as much of my own skin tone as possible. So that's why I took the blue so high up to the eyebrows and then went in really dark there. So I am just taking this neon green paint. It's actually a glow-in-the-dark UV paint. So if you're going to a party that's probably going to have black light, which most Halloween parties do, I would say definitely use a UV paint because then you can be like this kind of glowing alien. There's enough paint in this particular palette that I got on Amazon that you could probably do from like head to like mid chest and maybe even down the arms a little bit. So if you had like gloves and like a really cute little alien costume, you could like be glowing, look super extraterrestrial, steal the whole show. But if you don't want to, or you're not using the UV light like me, you can just use this as a regular old green to give you a nice kind of alien-y skin tone. I wouldn't go with like a dark green because then you start to enter Grinch territory or like witchy, and that's not what we're going for today. We want like neon green extraterrestrial. So now that we are done with the base, we're going to throw on some brows. I did use the purple paint that comes in this palette because I am doing an ombre purple wig. You could also do black, but I just felt the purple kind of added to the alien look a little bit more. And then I decided, you know what, let's add a third eye to really bring home the idea of being something otherworldly. So I just used a couple different colors of paint. Obviously, I used black for the iris, and then I used green. Sorry, I used black for the pupil and green for the iris so that it matched my eye color. If you're wearing contacts, obviously try and match that eye to whatever your contacts are. And then, of course, I just added in the white of the eye with some white paint. So now I'm just adding in what like would be a lash line or a lid with some black paint. I'm just outlining the entire eye. And then I decided I was going to throw some lashes on the top so that it's very clear that this is an eye, not like a gem or something else. It's just a fun little detail that kind of adds to the whole look. You could even go as far as adding, like, you could replicate the glitter and the eyeshadow on your forehead if you wanted. I didn't do that because I still wanted this eye to look different. Like, it's very clear, like, it's not the same as the others. So I added some little baby lashes on the bottom with a little bit of black paint. Again, just to give it a more eye look. And then I threw lashes on my actual eyes. I did use two different kinds of lashes. I used a natural lash on the top eye on my forehead, and then foam minks on my eyelashes just to create a little bit of contrast between them. For a contour, I found that ColourPop shadows work very well on top of this particular paint. It doesn't take too much of the paint off or move anything around. So I went in with this dark forest green. You could do a lighter color if you want to keep your natural head shape. I wanted to kind of bring in that sort of round, bulbous, like pointy chin look so that it looks unhuman. So I contoured there, and then I went in around my forehead. Even with the wig, it'll kind of just help round it all out. So for highlight, I use this pigment that I have. It's kind of a Tinkerbell green is how I describe it, with some gold flecks, and I put that on pretty heavily to make me look extra shiny. And again, just create more of that kind of wet alien look. I don't know why I always like associate aliens with being like wet or slimy. And for the lips, I went in with this Fenty lipstick. It's like this really pretty kind of blackened blue. And then added a little bit of this NYX Cosmic Metals on top to kind of match the brows to the lips and give it more of like a metallic chromed out look. The wig I got on Temu as well. Obviously, it's just a cheap synthetic wig, but it actually is very comfortable and fits really well and doesn't tangle, so I'm happy with that. But it just kind of was my most alien looking wig that I have, and I haven't used it yet. So as a final little touch to just elevate this look even more, I decided I wanted like glitter freckles. So I took these glitters that I have. They're like these big chunky pieces. They were actually packaging in like a gift set I got, and I just saved them because it seemed like a waste to throw away. And I just used a little bit of glitter glue and stuck them on my face. Now, if you're going to be dancing and out and you don't want to lose any of your freckles, I would use lash glue instead. But these are like stars and circles, and they look like stars and planets. So that is the end of the look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have more Halloween stuff coming. I know I took a little bit of a break, but I went on vacation and stuff. So I'm back, and so are the looks. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.